to my channel. Today we're gonna be watching a animated story. I lost my face. Oof.
Hey, I'm Anika, and until the age of 17, I had a perfectly normal life. I was pretty, good in school, and in a happy relationship with my boyfriend Lewis. Well, at least that's what I thought.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is definitely boyfriend-girlfriend drama.
Because one night, everything changed. I was on my way back home from ballet practice when a guy ran up to me and threw a bucket full of liquid on my face. At first, I thought it was a prank, but then my face started to burn more and more until I blacked out. When I woke up again, everything was dark. I thought the lights were off, but something was different. My whole upper body was hurting, and when I touched my face, I couldn't feel my eyes or nose. My whole face felt like an old margarita pizza, and all I had left was my mouth to breathe through.
What? First of all, where was she going home from that night? Like, what was she doing? Why is she in a sketchy alleyway with like windows with bars on it? This is insane. I'd be so mad if that happened. Like, what the heck? Such an interesting comparison.
I felt like I was trapped in a nightmare. No light, no face. I wanted to cry, but I had no eyes. So instead, I said, "Where am I? Where am I?" It was hard to speak without lips, but fortunately, my right ear still worked. So I heard my mom when she said, "You're alive. Oh, my love, what have they done to you?" She was crying and hugging me. After she calmed down, she told me that someone had thrown acid in my face, and it had burned away my eyes, my nose, and lips. So it wasn't a nightmare.
Why would her mom give her a mirror? Why would her mom give her a mirror if she can't even see anything?
Away my eyes, my nose, and lips.
She can't even see it!
So it wasn't a nightmare. My face was really gone. But why would anyone do this to me? I'd always been a very friendly girl, and even when my classmates made fun of me, saying I wasn't smart, I never talked back. I just don't like conflict. The day the police came to visit me, they wanted me to describe what happened, and they asked if I had any enemies or if someone had threatened me. I told them I couldn't think of anyone. But 2 years earlier, one of my old classmates had threatened me, saying, "Be careful or I'll throw acid on you." But that was 2 years ago, and I never took it seriously.
What the heck?
That girl had been jealous of me because I was in a relationship with Lewis. I knew that in my city of London, acid attacks were common within the Black and Muslim community. But I'm 100% white, and my parents are of Irish descent. After a month of investigation, the police found out what happened. They figured out that my old classmate who had threatened me 2 years before had an affair with my boyfriend Lewis behind my back. But because he didn't want to break up with me, she paid her cousin £200 to throw acid in my face. The police found the exact same acid that was thrown on me on her cousin's clothes. The police also took GPS data from his phone that showed he was very close to me on the night of the accident. The trial went on for several months.
Wow, people are crazy. First of all, not only did her boyfriend cheat on her with this psycho girl, but this psycho girl took another step further and had her cousin, who is also crazy, to be down to do something for £200, like commit a freaking crime.
Cousin was asked if he wanted to apologize to me. He started crying and said he was so sorry, but you could hear in his voice that he was only acting. He came up with one excuse after the other for why he'd thrown acid on me. He even said his parents had never loved him, and he needed the £200 his cousin gave him to pay off his debts. Listening to his excuses disgusted me, and even the judge told him to shut up because no one wanted to hear his lies anymore. In the end, both of them got 20-year prison sentences. And if they behave well in prison, they might get out much earlier. I recently visited my former classmate in prison, the one who had ordered the acid attack. Of course, it was weird meeting her. I had no eyes to look at her directly, so all we could do was talk.
Why would she visit her in prison? Everyone in this story is like wild.
Why she had done it, and she explained that she had always envied my beauty. I still sometimes get angry about what happened to me. It was such a senseless
100% get angry.
crime where everybody involved lost. The hardest part is that I'll probably never find another boyfriend. After what happened to my face, my now ex-boyfriend Lewis cut off all contact with me. And I gotta admit that this hurt even more than the acid attack. But it won't stop me from living the good life. My parents recently bought me a guide dog, and to be honest, I like him even more than I liked my ex-boyfriend. And even without a boyfriend, I can still get pregnant using a donor and have my own.
Whoa. Okay, that just got escalated so quickly. What the heck?
Kids. I just hope that in a few decades, technology will advance far enough that my doctors can fix my eyes and face again. But luckily, there are many jobs for blind people like me. Right now, I'm working as a call center agent during the day, and I've also started practicing DJing as a new hobby.
Oh my gosh.
I guess all of us face tragedies and evil in our lives. Acid attacks here in the UK are on the rise, and some of the victims are less than 10 years old. Thank you for listening to my story.
Where did they
and let me
get
know in the comments how
acid?
you would deal with losing your face and becoming blind.
Oh my gosh. People are crazy. Okay, I feel like this is based off of a true story, which is there's this like acid attack survivor. Well, acid attack London, that's like a thing, I guess. Oh wow, 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. Why do people do this? Oh my gosh. Her friend Mary attacked her with acid?
My story is one of betrayal and loss, and it's only now, 5 years on, that I'm ready to talk about it. Bus took me to my bus stop, just opposite my house, Bromhall Road. I don't know, something just caught my attention. I just felt startled a little bit. I looked to the side of me, and I remember seeing someone in just black. I just remember seeing black, and I remember the person's face being like covered. It was a very cold stare.
What the heck?
Before I knew it, I just felt a huge splash. And I would just remember, I clenched onto my stuff. I was on the phone, running down my road. I did not look back. And I remember getting to my door and banging on my door, screaming. I was like, it's burning, acid. I just remember literally just humming in my head, trying to not freak out. And I remember when the ambulance came and
It was our last day at the school, so we wanted to reminisce on the month we'd had, so decided to go out for dinner. As we left the volunteer house, we were coming through the windy streets, and I would say within 30 seconds, 2 guys on a moped drove on the road on the right-hand side. I remember Kirsty and I were like, why are they stopping? He smiled at us for maybe half a second, but it was kind of just a little smirk grin. It wasn't a proper smile. And then within seconds, they threw the acid.
We heard a scream, but then the sound of a wave crashing straight after, so it was it's just girls playing in the ocean.
The pain was so excruciating and kept getting worse and worse and worse. So the first thing I did was remove all my clothing because half of them have disintegrated anyway because of the acid. And I knew that whenever I was touching my jumper on the other side.
Why is this a thing?
Watching them have to go through it
so
and
crazy.
just being so helpless.
Don't put on any cream or lotion. They could prevent hospital treatments like antibiotics from working effectively. If you can get it, loosely wrap the burns in sterile gauze or cling film. This will help to prevent the wound from contamination.
This is crazy.
It still makes me cold. It was a completely random attack on the girls. It wasn't anything that they'd done. You can get attacked for any reason, by anyone, anywhere in the world.
Scary.
Without Sam and Nadine, I don't know what I would have done. They completely saved me from that situation.
It's so inspiring to see that Katie's gone from such a life-changing incident and, not only survived it at the time, but also is, such a strong personality now.
I started a campaign called Setting the Standard. It's about getting the message out there that firstly the media needs to be more diverse in terms of disfigurements and disabilities. There's always going to be moments where people still look at me and I still think to myself, oh my God, it makes me feel uncomfortable, makes me cringe a bit inside. But now I would never let that not make me go out. And if someone stares at me, I'm going to stare back at them because if they're going to make me feel uncomfortable, then I'm going to do the same back.
That's crazy, guys. What the heck is wrong with people? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Well, that was an insane story, and I really hope that that whole acid attack stuff is stopping, because that's crazy.